Canyon going to be able to grab that one. That is going to be the second kill for Gen G. I almost said first blood because, you know, Keria dying at level 1 there, not to be expected. That is 2 early kills here for Gen G.
And an attempt from T1. I don't know if it was trying to bait Gen G into some early play that didn't work out, or if they felt that they had the man advantage because Keria was there. I think Lehends was still on vision as Canyon. He's not done. Zeus.
He is a
Lethal
tree.
tempo. Wait.
Tree on a mission. You can't lightning rush out of that one as Keen is
They
relatively
all
low.
died.
But there is a big old fiery storm around that small lightning rat.
Good
And he's going to be
jungle
taken down. 3 now for Gen G.
Atlas, this is AD Cannon. He went lethal
Oh,
tempo and
hell
Berserker
yeah.
Greaves.
Oh, that's even better. Isn't that, it's perfect, isn't it? You know, Reckless comes to Korea.
It has to
And
be.
now we're building AD cannons all over the place.
We're mid 2v2ing still.
Yeah, I guess. It's a weird and wonderful time. Yeah, day 1, 2024, LCK Spring. As I have confirmation, BB from the Spanish League actually tweeted to me saying that they're Kevins. So
They're Kevins.
they're Kevins. It's the handshake between Korea and Spain. Kevins. So there's the confirmation.
All right.
And I like it. I don't know. It just feels good.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I think the sheer creativity of it all is enough to convince me personally. Fakerty being back to lane, Owner will be able to pick up, but this is a trade we've been seeing a lot of. And I like the Kevins. I think they're cool. I don't know if they're really worth it yet. I think that remains to be seen as Drake gets taken. And we have literally only good Drakes still left on the table.
Ooh.
There's no bad opportunities. There is Cloud, there is Infernal, there's Hex.
Beautiful.
It's all good. Love it.
A lovely time. As far as dragons are concerned, first dragon has been on the losing side. I'm pretty sure it's still the case, unless it's just moved back to 50-50. I can't remember what happened in game 2. Wasn't really keeping track of who took what. But I'm pretty sure if you start on the Kevins, not the dragon, then you do stand to lose statistically more often. That's what I'm leaning towards. As Chovy sweeping up some minions, as he is wont to do. Bel'Veth doing her best to stay really far ahead in farm. That is what she's going to continue to do, as Keria is going to get engaged on. Over the wall goes Canyon, and Keria, I don't know whether he's getting out of this one. The ulti comes in, and Chovy says, thank you so much for our 4th one of the game. 1-0-2 on the Yone as well, as now even Gumayusi has to exit. Look at this gank squad. It's like Canyon and Lehends have been born to play with one another, you know, just roaming the rift. Looking to lock people down.
They needed to synchronize. Okay, that's what the first 2 games were for.
It was calibration.
Calibration. Linking up, Atlas. That's what we were waiting for. And right now, Gen G, 1K gold lead, looking quite good now. Of course, you know, by no means an unsurmountable lead. T1 still have a lot of tools available to them. Particularly, I think, when it comes to those mid-game skirmishes. But if Gen G is the one pulling the trigger first, they actually see chain not fair. Like,
oh no, it's really
between Maokai, Varus, Yone, and Rakan, you're not playing the game.
And the amount of safety that they have with this Unbound Soul, you saw
Canyon has
Chovy just
ultimate.
walks forward and says, Oni, you're not going home. You're staying here. 4 versus 3. A magical journey is going to come on through. They're just leaving Gumayusi to die, and he will do so. Chains of Corruption come in. Owner gonna try and dash his way out. Has a Zag left, but it's the wrong direction still. He will be alive. Faker gonna take some plates, but there are 2 that go down on the bottom side of the map as well. Chovy deals with them. 2-0-0 on the lethality Varus as well here. 4 pays. I'm gonna have a look at it one more time. This, I mean, the first couple of games, neck and neck. It was talking about macro and all these plays and stuff. This is just chaos.
They're actually playing so proactive, and what is really, really telling to me is Chovy is just leaving lane. Like, it's not like he's shoving out a wave. Faker is just there, dealing with the wave as Canyon makes sure that Keria and Owner don't get off too easily. Owner is able to use his dashes to not get caught by Lehends, but they just left Guma there, man. They left him alone.
Yeah.
He's just a poor Jin underneath the turret. He doesn't get to take a journey.
And if this was the Challenger broadcast, I'd say a whole lot of things, but I'm not going to. because I've decided to be a professional, and
Okay,
all champions are
Okay,
great.
Jin's not the problem. It's the fact that Lehens has been roaming around the map and has been having a colossal impact. And
He has.
Chovy and Kenyon as well.
And Carrier's been trying to match, but it just doesn't seem to be working quite as well as Lehens being unlocked. And we've spoken about this. When Lehens was on Gen G in the past, when he was on KT, you unlock Lehens, and you unlock the team's ability to make plays and make moves around this map. He was more famous for it on champions like Leona, but he's done it on his Rakan before in the past as well. He's done it on his Blitzcrank. He's done it on Singed, although not to as much success, to be perfectly honest.
Hey, any second, Ayumi will get back into the meta and we'll go back to that.
It's actually not true. His Singed was stupidly successful, actually. So I tell a lie there. As Ona looking for some grubs, some Kevins. Getting to work here. Zeus going to move on down. Lehens has found a position here as they get a knock-up onto Canyon. He's pretty tanky, but Ona now... Oh, he's given a magical journey. There it is. Canyon picks up that kill as Chovy's in trouble. Gets a shield, tries to get out, and he does. Oh my goodness.
Got out.
But the Kevins go to T1. And that is definitely a big deal. Ignore this if you're a T1 fan, because that means that it's going to be a very dangerous Varus on the bottom side of the map. But getting Kevin's control is certainly good.
So yeah, that's cool, but what happened with the magical journey is question number one. I'm not so sure. And secondly, Paze is gonna get a full turret Atlas.
Yeah.
It's 20 CS, 2 kills. I don't even want to know how many plates up against his direct opponent.
Oh my goodness, the full thing. Oh, okay. Well, Keen now going to get on top of Zeus to the best of his ability. Looks like Keen going for the same build as well.
Yeah,
Which makes me a little bit sad.
So the one thing I do think is important to note is that unlike normal Cannon, which especially early on, the poke is extremely obnoxious to deal with, and it can be really oppressive. We'll talk about
God.
I know you don't like Jin, and you know what? I don't think it was his fault, but in this game, we're not going to be seeing a whole lot more of this Jin. We're not. I don't think we're going to see it.
Yeah, the plague, the thing plaguing Jin, which is a lot of losing, looks to be continuing here, unless something really, really good can happen. Because Gumayusi is a great Jin player.
He not only that, but he is also one of the AD carries that in this scenario can actually provide utility.
True.
You know, even though he's really far behind his counterpart. So maybe that's enough, but
and they have two other like attack speed scaling champions, 3 other attack speed scaling champions on the team.
Yeah, but so this AD cannon, right? In theory, what happens is you build enough tank shredding items and then you just chew through Keen's health bar. But there is already one Frozen Heart on the enemy team, which against Azir has a lot of value. And there's going to be probably another Frozen Heart once Keen finishes his.
Yeah.
So I'm not feeling super, but I'm happy we get to see new champions. You know, we get Udyr and now we get AD Cannon. That's cool.
Yeah.
But is it good?
We also get to see Maokai.
Well, yeah, I'm not
awesome. He's got a fine.
I'm genuinely impressed by the level of professionalism that you can say that without really the sarcasm.
I'm trying real hard, I'm not going to lie.
No, you're doing a great job.
For those that were watching the Challenger broadcast yesterday, yes, they can tell that there are certain opinions that I have on some champions, warranted and not. To be like, we all have those things.
We all have
we're all irked by certain things. For me, it's Jin Karma. You know, that's what has really bothered me, and I lean more towards the Jin side of it that gets on my nerves. That's fine. It's fine. It's more personal, though, so I'm going to try and keep that one to myself. It says after speaking about it solidly for 15 minutes.
Rift Herald is about to be up, and I don't think there's going to be a contest possible here for T1. They're going to need a miracle. Like, we're looking at Faker finding a multi-man shuffle, but who are your actual targets for a shuffle? And really, it's just Paze.
Yeah, and Paze is a lot of the money. Chains of Corruption comes in, gets a fade away. It's Gumayusi, not going to be auto range, and that does mean that
Left hands! What was that?
Look, don't question
He
Lance.
just flashed. He didn't even flash Ignite.
No, he just flashed. It's sending a message.
What message?
The message is, I don't need flash.
He doesn't have X Flash, Atlas.
No, but he doesn't need it. He's like, no, I don't need this.
Oh, Lahens. He's just so Lahens. He's just...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes you just don't question it and you move forward. 4,000 gold the lead here for Gen G. Our first Hextech Dragon of the game going to be coming up, and the first of the series, I'm pretty sure, unless there was one lonely Hextech at the beginning of game 1. Can't quite remember. But 1.5 minutes till Drake number 3 for Gen G, or the first for T1 is going to spawn. We're really going to need to see a bit of recalibration here from T1. Try and get this game back in order.
I think this series being the first series between, like that both these two teams play is really funny because it's going to be really easy to draw grand conclusions.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas I think, I want to go back to the interview that they gave at the beginning, which is both of these just being like, these players that we're going to be playing against are all really good, and I'm really excited to play them. And I know we'll get to play them a lot because, let's be honest, what is the expected outcome for Spring Finals?
Yeah,
who do you think are going to face? It's these two.
Yes, it's Gen G T1. I mean, it's the inevitability of the LCK,
It just
you know?
keeps happening, man. So I prefer to look at it in that way. I think that would have said the same thing if Gen G, right, would have been in a position where they are right now, or where T1 is right now, where it's looking kind of rough in the third games. Chovy.
Bit of a knock-up onto Chovy. He's going to return the favor in kind as he flashes on top of Ona, who goes stabby-stabby for a little while, and Carrier says, let's take a pause. That is going to come in. The curtains are called here by Gumayusi, but he's not finding too many of them. Keen turns up, and good night, Carrier. He's going to pay for his sins. As Faker does find the Emperor's Divide. T1 are on the board. They figured it out, but Gumayusi is well and truly dead, and Ona, he gets away, but at what cost? As Canyon is going to drive his Rift Herald into the mid-outer turret, and everything is just falling down. A couple of charges here, and Gen G are just plowing through the map here of T1.
They're also they're looking really good to pick up the Hextech Drake here. Not actually able to get the actual turret towards the bottom half of the map, but they are able to get mid. They're able to get the mid inner thanks to the charge of Canyon. And they do substantial damage to the inner, and I would be shocked if T1 can get themselves towards this Drake. And this is the problem with the T1 comp. Once it is behind, it doesn't feel great. And normally you have like, but what if cannon? But this is 80 cannon.
Chains of Corruption. Stabby might need to be employed as Owner is just going to go down. That is the kill going over to Lahens, I believe, with a tick of Ignite. Just can't really get into his jungle, unfortunately.
Yeah, Belvev, another example of a champion that when you start falling behind, just starts feeling worse and worse. As I think T1 looking for these type of sideline picks is definitely the way to go. I don't think you're going to actually win a 5v5 with the deficit you're already in. But it just isn't enough, right? Like, look at how much they actually invest here. A curtain call comes out. They're sending everyone towards the top side of the map. And it's just...
Oh, no.
This version doesn't even hurt Chovy.
Yeah, and then
This is full health
Gumayusi
again.
gets flanked by Lahens.
Yeah.
And then stabbed. Not a good time. As Gen G clear up the inner turret on the bottom side of the map. T1 trying to grab themselves a cross map. Keen is here with a big angry circle. And he'll at least be able to deal with the minions. There's and Carrier taking a magical journey to get out. But Gen G, man, they have come into this one with a whole lot of vengeance. Feels like they needed a bit of a warm-up. Things are looking pretty good now.
Domestic Gen G, man.
It's
not the same
a good
team.
look. But it's also, yeah, this is the thing. Like, have we... I don't think I haven't got enough. I don't have enough tape yet. You know, I know it went to 3 games, and I can't expect more than that, but I just really want to see more from this team, because super teams have been a dangerous thing to utter.
Yeah,
you know, like ever since KT,
all right,
2018, it's just a...
Can we put it to a vote? Just make it a best of 5. No one will mind.
Oh, that's true. G-Sun, are you there?
Can we chat? Can we, guys? Can we make it happen?
Can we talk to the commissioner of the LCK and just ask for a conversion to best of 5? That'd be really cool.
Please. We got the okay.
Yeah, she's
gonna ask.
She's gonna ask. So G-Sun's on it. Trying to get a little bit more out of this one. because we can get some silver scrapes
It's
on
not
day
enough.
one at the LCK. Wouldn't that be dope?
Yeah. That would be dope, Atlas.
Yeah, I reckon the players
Because
would
this
probably
one,
be upset about it.
I don't think this one got a whole lot more in it. We'll see. Yeah, T1 has won games from worse positions, but not often. And you know, as far as deficits go, you generally shouldn't be able to win games from dispositions. It's kind of how League is played.
And it's also like the composition from Gen G doesn't open a lot of doors. As Lehens, speaking of which, is just going to look for Owner here. He is able to dish, dash, and dive away.
Nice.
As
Wait.
Fate comes in. Nature's Grasp comes down as well as Faker does find the scoop onto Canyon, but he's not exactly the optimal target as Lehens is slinking away. Zeus finds it. With the last Q, the Shuriken will pick up Lehens there. So his first death of the game. Surprising, to be perfectly honest. And Owner now trying to grab himself a little bit of an upgrade there with the Scuttle Crab going down. So some positives coming out here for T1, but they have to work so hard for that one. They're gonna have to need a whole lot more of that if they want to get back into this game. As Owner once again finding himself in an awkward position. Chovy not quite finding the ult though. We'll have to go back to the Soul.
I mean, this is how it starts. You know, it starts with a pick-off left or right.
Yeah?
Lehens giving up a bounty. Faker getting some gold, and before you know it... No, I don't believe yet, but it is something. As now, Cleaver done here for Owner. We're taking another look at this play. Pace's general play on Varus, I think, has been awesome. His ults have been...
Chains of Corruption have been a little bit, you know...
They've been hit or miss. The real...
2012 yellow Pete.
The hidden POG here, or what really sells this for me is Canyon's ultimate, right? Like, I know we have gotten really sick of how incredibly impressive Maokai is. I'm pretty sure there is some bad things about to happen to the T1 members.
Yeah, Owner is just, he's just flapping away. Yeah, he realizes that there's nothing he's really going to be able to do about this one. Faker is going to die. Pays now could be in trouble though, as the Tempered Fate not going to land on top of him, but that's Owner collecting the kill.
Hey?
That is a
That's
big
another
old amount
one.
of gold for the shutdown as well.
And hey, do note, there is actually a way for Faker to get immediately back to the fight in 25 seconds. When he's up, he can TP back. Whereas for Pace, that isn't the case. That's big.
Yeah, true.
This sounds like, and we joke, but it was a, what, 8K, between 6 and 7K gold lead?
It was.
It's getting smaller. You know, 2 more bounties, one on Chovy, one on Canyon.
And I think a lot of it will come down to what happens at the next Dragon that's going to be spawning any moment from now, as we have a look at Faker getting picked, but the more important pick is Pays going down, right? Because he is the one holding all of that gold. He's the one that has the bounty. As Keria was actually the one that started this one off by walking into the darkness, but he gets out. Pays not so lucky.
Jhin value as well.
Oh, love to see it. That's all right, T1 trying to deny this one. This is Hextech Soul, this is big. As Keen gets in there, Magical Journey to get them out. Somehow it's Keria that secures the Drake.
Big win!
Yeah,
41.
big win. Just trying to, was that just a meep slap? Bard's overpowered?
Gotta imagine it was. Even without him going for the rapid fire cannon, still doing great here.
Love to see it.
And Gen G still in a firm lead, still have a really strong 5v5, but starting to be on the receiving end of a couple of small losses now, not really turning into anything big yet. But the gold can swing extremely quickly if they lose like one fight where they lose 2 members, T1 doesn't lose anything, and they give up a turret or 2. There's bounties on the map.
Yeah, that's the crazy
So
thing.
really got to be careful to not give T1 an angle back into this game. Still don't think that is the case, but one pick, you know, Canyon going down, Chovy going down, could happen. Looks like Chovy has not let go of his ways, seemingly going towards a more, at least semi-tanky build. We'll see what that Chain Vest is going to end up turning into. Already has his...
he at least has Shield Bow instead of going straight Sunfire Cape second.
Yes, which is big. Opportunity here again for Pace.
Yeah, Swifties as well. You love them. I'm just a huge Swifties fan, so very happy about that.
Same.
Keen with the cowl completed. On his Udyr. So 2 items also for both Owner and Zeus. Zeus starting to get to the point where he is going to be a auto-attack machine.
Do you go Shiv?
I don't know.
Kind of. I'm curious to see what he'll end up going.
He used to. The 80 cannons that we used to see used to be Shiv.
Yeah, because
that was when everyone who could build Shiv
yeah, of
built
course.
Shiv.
Because I imagine you don't want to use your E to wave clear because it is also your best escape tool. But we'll see what Zeus ends up going with.
Oh, lands possibly caught out, but no, does have the grand exit. It's out of the way of Owner. Gen.G still with map control, still with 5 turrets to 1, which is a very big thing here. Captive Audience going to be procced here by Lehends. They are just going to clear out these traps, clear out these wards, try and make the map as dark as possible. I think getting towards a Baron, trying to take that one down, is going to be important here as Keen moving towards this bottom side. But the Baron damage isn't super high for Gen.G.
Oh. I'd argue it's low, in fact, because they don't have Keen, and even if they do, he's not building any of his Keria.
Oh, Keria could just be caught out here, and there he goes. Chovy collects it. Once again, just finding these pickoffs are Gen.G. Looks like they've gotten back off onto the front foot once again. As Gumayusi actually moving towards Lehends once again. That knockup not going to land. That's T1. Find some vision once again. And Keen just in a side lane. Being frustrating. So
I'm just contemplating whether or not Udyr is good. Because I know he's good early.
Yes.
Like that we figured out. But does he do enough?
I think he's great. He's got the claw again.
The claw, yeah. So your first association with the claw is the Toy Story one.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine would be. I mean, I'm a big Jim Carrey fan, so.
I mean,
Liar is the first one.
No, I completely understand. And Liar, great film. But that's just where my brain went first.
No, I mean, you can't control where your first association
I definitely can't. I can't control where my brain goes ever.
That's very true. Because Pays actually is almost 3 times the damage that Guma has done. Guma has definitely been on the receiving end of a lot of pain, has been focused down aggressively, and Keria has, I think, been struggling the most on T1 together with Owner in this specific game as Keen finds Zeus.
But Keria does have Magical Journey. Is going to get a stun down there as well, as Keen getting shot quite a few times, and there it is. Gumayusi going to lock that one down, and Keen is a little bit too far forward with none of the rest of his team anywhere near to provide any sort of support.
I'm gonna get
some value for this Bard as well. That Magical Journey allowing the response time for T1 to be so much accelerated.
What is this?
Good to see. As Faker has a Lich Bane. Everyone just wants to do auto attacks really good for T1. That's what I'm
They
noticing.
just killed this guy?
That's the first time that we've seen that in as far as I can remember. On specifically, like outside of...
Weren't we asking
Killed
for it
the
on
guy?
Azir yesterday?
I don't know.
Just
yeah,
because
well,
there was someone that was just split pushing all game.
It was a joke because if you're like teleporting in trying to you know, kill a base, then yeah, Lich Bane makes a lot of sense. But as a main item on Azir, interested to see where this will go. And right now, in about 8 seconds, the possible soul will spawn. This is a must-win fight for T1. They're still 6.5k gold almost behind. Keen is back. Gen.G have control. T1 don't deny this. Winning the game is going to be really, really hard.
Yep. Vision going to be cleared here as Ona looking to rotate around. Keria has already dove over the top with these Hex Gates as in goes Lehends. He finds Gumayusi, who immediately explodes. Nature's Grasp to come down as well. This is a guaranteed Hextech Soul, and T1 do not want to be around to see it. They're going to vacate the area immediately. Beautiful turn there by Gen.G, and they are looking to now just move over to this Baron. Look to lock that one down as well. 5v4 should mean they'll have enough control to grab that one for themselves, but for a reset first.
And it's Lance, the Joker of the Rift, that finds himself the flank
Is he the
there.
POG vote?
For me, right now, yeah, I would say so. I think that his early impact has been the big difference maker here. And also, when you look at the head-to-head, it's night and day in this specific game.
Lehends is flashing in. There's the Tempered Fate. Just moves out of the way of it. Nicely done there to try and keep himself alive. Avoids the ulti from Chovy. He's dead, but he has avoided some stuff, and it looked kind of cool.
Yeah. But he does die again. And that should be an opportunity to go for the Baron now. Maybe we can see Zeus pick up a bounty or two here, but Gen.G can be really happy. Going according to game plan.
Oh my god.
Yeah, already getting started on
levels up. He has Axiom Arc.
Yeah, I mean...
That's not a new item, but you wouldn't know it. TP coming in.
Yeah, let's see whether T1 can mount any sort of defense. As in goes Chovy, unbinds the soul, and says goodnight to the cannon. Faker clearing out vision where he can, but I don't think he's going to be able to swoop in and do anything here as the Bel'Veth has a blast cone available, gets into the pit somehow, and deals in! Okay, all right, Owner. Yes, you have the better smite button, 100%. He's going to be able to secure that one for T1, and you can see a little fist bump there as well. We'll have to see how much it actually means for the outcome of the game, but if T1 stay alive in this, I think that moment had almost everything to do with it.
They're not letting go, Atlas. They're clinging on to the game.
I don't even believe
like,
that happened.
It was at 3k health. Like, what happened? What did that much damage to Baron? Did they just use skills and kill it?
I guess Ona may have just done stabby and smoke.
Oh yeah, okay, but he's one Bel'Veth. One Bel'Veth can't do 3k health in a second as Zeus gets unceremoniously dunked on. Just absolutely demolished.
All right, let's check it out. So how did all that damage happen? So 3k, it just got down to 79 HP and smoked it.
79.
So there you go. And you heard the shriek of the crowd here as well. That one gets taken down. Lahens is in a position on the map. It turns out that it was not a position that was very good for him to be in.
This game is going places, Atlas.
This game is going. That is absolutely true. Chovy is golden, and yeah, he's looking in a bit of trouble. Nature's Grasp to try and save him. Some flashes forward here as he gets a shield, but he is still going to go down, and Ona will possess him now. Looking for some knockups onto Canyon, and starting to unravel a little bit for Genji. Oh my, what? Hello?
Again.
Haze? It's a lot of damage. But he needs to land a whole lot more of those. And Genji going to have to get their hands back on the steering wheel once again.
So I want to draw attention, which we'll talk about, say it again a little bit. The cool new item that Zeus has bought, which is Terminus, which allows you to both get bonus armor and magic resist, while then on the other end, like, you have alternating.
Yeah, it's the alternating thingy, right?
Yeah, so you build up armor pen and magic resist, which obviously you have a lot of magic damage still. As yeah, this is Lahens just way too far. Look at the rest of his team as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was, but it's Lahens, so
yeah, it's Lahens. And then Keria trying to redeem himself for what has been a rough game. Chovy has flash, so he flashes that, he's completely fine, but he really wants to hold on to it, pays for it with his life, and that's 2 picks in rapid succession going the way of T1.
And that's 1,000 gold to Ona as well, and he is a legitimate carry threat on this team.
Yeah.
He's got so much farm, as we can see. And building towards a G8 for the 4th item. Having a look at the trough of Genji's gold advantage, it is eking back towards T1, and it's only 3,000 gold. There is still Hextech Soul in the hands of Genji, but it's a 3,000 Baron power play here for T1 as it does tick off, and that is a large swing back.
Oh, we might be heading towards an Elder Flip, Atlas.
Oh, baby.
Gold's going to be basically even after this inner falls. Yeah, that's a slight gold lead for Genji, but it doesn't
Look at the
mean
little
that much
mini
at
Kevins.
this point.
Little mini Kevins running after the next possible turret. Beautiful.
It's in a minute. It's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
It's the flip. It's on its way. But looking at the bottom jungle, I think Genji is feeling pretty good about it, because they do have a somewhat unreasonable amount of control in this carry.
Well,
I guess it's fine.
Yeah, Genji just going to run away from him. There's Chains of Corruption, and he's dead.
Not fine.
No, he's not.
Take it back.
He's not fine, and Pays is gold, and then he is not.
This is a calibration game, Atlas. That's
yeah.
That's what we're witnessing.
Yeah.
Both teams are calibrated.
The Joy-Cons are not working. We're going to need to go into the settings.
You got to, like, take them off and then, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And then put them back.
Yeah. The old machine, the cartridge needs.
You got to
take it out and blow it.
Yeah.
Put it back.
There's dust in there.
Yeah.
Something's not working right.
It's not working. Oh, dear. Yeah, no, certainly some calibration on both ends.
It's new season, new me.
100%.
For everyone. As now Genji's pushing with 5 people in the mid lane, setting up for Elder.
And T1 is pushing with 2 people in the top lane. Setting up for killing a top lane turret.
Yeah, but they're going to lose Elder. Which they know. They have double TP. So Zeus and Faking can join at a moment's notice. But there is 0 control. There is 1 ward. Are they going to try to just force
this turret
the
goes
end?
down really fast. And
Yeah,
look
they
at the
Lich Bane,
Kevin.
man.
Genji are a little bit perplexed as to what to do. They're going to lose the inhibitor. So Inhib traded for an Inhib. But the Elder is right here.
Okay, they're trying to set up a bait. Oh, they don't want to go, but they do!
There's the flash forward with the quickness. Chains of Corruption comes in, Tempered Fate to buy some space, but Ona is, very close to taking Lehends with him, but he will go down. And now, Chovy diving on forward. Keen is a brick wall, but he cannot withstand it for too long. With Faker and Zeus having some deadly autos to come on in there. There's the ulti, the sweep comes in from Faker, and he finds the kill onto the Udyr. Lehends has turned up yet again, and Pays just does so much damage. My goodness, you blink and you lose him. As the Elder is getting very angry. Teleport to come forward as Gumayusi Carrier. I don't think they're going to be able to do this by themselves. The rest of their team are dead. Chovy and Canyon.
That it?
They are looking to take this one down. Lehends and Pays hot on their heels. So it will be the Elder. Exodia on the table, 15 seconds until Baron. They'd like to grab that one as well, and it's looking like Gen.G might be able to take this first matchup against T1.
That's just cruel. Baron has to watch as Elder gets taken knowing he's next. So T1 they don't have a choice, right? They have to walk into unwanted territory here because there's one of two scenarios. Either you don't walk in and they get Elder, or you do walk in and hope that you can maybe do something. And if you fall for the trap, you fall for the trap. Faker and Zeus try their best, but as soon as they're on top of the cannon, he just goes down in a matter of seconds with the Hextech quick rotations, or the Hextech Rift or the quick rotations, no problem whatsoever. And with Elder there, T1 just has to sit and turtle, can't actually match. And you know what, maybe a death cap on Faker is going to be something. They do stall for a little bit here, but this is just a timeout an Elder buff.
Do you think that Lehends bought a Force of Nature just to show everyone that he is in fact a Force of Nature?
Really the only explanation that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Well, he's also, because he's only playing into
Auto attack
Faker.
champions.
Well, they do have double first nard as well, so they're covering all bases, so they always come out on top. As a Rebel Baron power play here from Gen.G, starting off at just 1500. We'll see what they're able to do. Mid lane Inhib is down, but that alone is not going to be enough. Because Gen.G still need to actually win the game.
Oh yeah.
And they only have a minute left on the buff that I think is the most important. Because the wave clear is
they have to
really
win two
good.
more games, right? Because this is a best of 5 now.
Oh yeah, very good point.
We had the confirmation.
Well, no, she was going to ask. We didn't get confirmation that was going to happen.
We have... she forgot.
Okay.
So Jisun just let us know she has forgotten.
Well, this
we will
game
now go and get confirmation.
Yeah, this game has been good though.
Yeah, and this game has at least 20 minutes left. At least.
A lot of twists.
She's got heaps of time. Heaps of time. As Keen making his way out of base, he has got some items. A lot of them providing him with...
Death kept on for Faker. Crypt Bloom there as well.
Whoa. They are likely going to lose
30
this.
seconds. They
The amount
gotta
of
get this
siege
up.
potential is just absurd. You have Nature's Grasp available. It's so hard to engage onto Gen.G. See whether T1 can find any sort of way.
20 seconds.
Well, Ona down so incredibly low, and yeah, like you're talking about, it's all about the Elder. You engage onto that, and you just can't really do anything about it. As, a possible pickup onto Chovy has to flash away. This is going to be taken down. Zeus now with the ultimate ticking. He does fall down, and the Empress Divide comes in. Keen is just gigantic. It's very difficult to take him down as Canyon's going to be eviscerated. Pays does a lot of damage, but he needs a frontline, and T1 hold on. I told you 20 minutes, Chronicler.
Faker can teleport towards the top wave, but alone I don't think he can push. With Pace still alive and Baron buff being there. But Inhibitor goes down, but that's the end of the Baron power play and no possible end angle for Gen.G, so we're gonna have at least another opportunity.
Oh, second Elder?
I think we're heading towards second Elder for sure. So what is happening here is the setup that comes through initially doesn't look like it's really going to be enough. And then it's the bar Q that sets up the CC chain that almost kills Chovy. Crypt Bloom healing the rest of T1 so they don't immediately get boomed. Zeus buying a lot of time. And then Pace is lucky. It's good that he hits Owner there, because if Owner ends up staying alive as well...
We've got another chance. We've got another chance.
They do.
They're still in it. Scramble back. Are we okay?
It's fine.
Yeah.
Pace has died once this game.
He has. managed to make it out
Make it out alive.
a few times. Gen G still with all of the control. They should still be the team favored to win.
Yes.
Currently with a 6,000 gold lead
In a
or
blue
thereabouts.
As well.
Oh, Anathema is now completed for Keen as well. Who do you put it on? They have 4 carries.
Based on his itemization, it's got to be Faker. Or it's Zeus because of the 1v1, but I imagine it's Faker.
Yeah, I'd assume so.
Because Faker does a lot of damage, Atlas.
Oh, yeah.
Canyon.
All right, throwing some kitty cats over. There is the ulti. Owner going to zigzag away, finds the knock-up as the tree is going to be stilled for now. They are not able to protect their inner turret.
Faker's pushing by himself, though.
Yeah, trying to pick up some more bounties.
They need a buff. They can't alone deal with this.
All right, Tempered Fate is going to stop the teleport. That means the Faker is able to take down the inner turret. He could look for even more here. As the mini Kevins making their way in, Faker is just going to destroy
the Lich Bane!
He's had the Lich Bane this whole time. It's been there in his inventory. And the Udyr makes it back, but Faker is long gone.
Gary has the flash. Big cooldown gone that might provide an opportunity for Gen G. T1, it's hit and run, Atlas.
Oh, they are going for some sneaky tactics.
They don't get the inhib, though, crucially. That would have been potentially setting them up for an end where both Zeus and Faker can teleport. I don't think they got a ward either. This pays no boots.
He has no shoes.
Only gameplay.
Oh, yeah. He is collecting now. I don't know whether that would have been my final item, but maybe it had something to do with the amount of gold that he had at the time. Just wants as much lethality as possible. And he is going to do a lot of damage. That is absolutely true.